Michael Nelson has been found guilty in his hit-and-run trial. No sentencing date has been set for him yet. He could spend up to 15 years in prison. The day began with Nelson taking the stand in his own defense. Defense attorney Sarah Henderson asked Nelson if he recalled hitting something while driving home in the very early morning hours on December 17, 2013. He said he hit something, but not someone.
It was a very small object. I never actually saw what it was, but it was small.
Do you have any further description you can offer about dimensions or shape or color or anything?
It was either red or brown, but at night, your headlights in the dark, it's very hard to tell what color something is. And it was very small.
Prosecutor Matt Wiese recalled Michigan State Police Sergeant John Bruno as part of his rebuttal. Sergeant Bruno was the accident reconstructionist specialist on the case, and he reaffirmed his belief that the victim, Robin Rajoy, could not have been dislodged from the vehicle unless it had backed up. Both Wiese and Henderson appealed to the jury in their closing arguments, telling them to use common sense and logic regarding the evidence, or lack thereof, to reach a verdict.
The issue here was whether or not the jury had to determine if the defendant knew he had been involved with an accident. And I think the nature of the crime scene and the documentation of the crime scene and the evidence that was gathered and the work done by the pathologist clearly showed that although this was a tragic accident, the defendant should have been aware of the fact he had struck another human being. And the whole issue is whether or not he knew, and if he knew, then he should not have left the scene, and that's what the crime is.
The jury deliberated for slightly longer than 2.5 hours before finding Nelson guilty.